Found you! Did we find them now? You've been walking for the better part of the morning, and Trash has been uncharacteristically quiet. Maybe he feels awkward after saying all those things last night, or maybe he's just distracted. Whatever the reason, it makes for a very long, tedious journey. And that might be bearable, except he's also been leading a punishingly brisk pace, walking ahead with a long, fast stride, leaving you struggling to keep up. Ignore him if that's what he wants, watch quietly, or try to make conversation. Let's try to make conversation, I guess. Hey, Trash! Trash? Oh, forget it. Shit. What? What's wrong? Okay, listen, don't panic. What? Your contrary heart immediately leaps at this instruction, and you instantly feel a cold sweat break out on your brow. He looks gravely serious. See the red cloud on the horizon? Oh no. Yeah, you do. But that's nothing new. You can always see it somewhere in the distance. Notice how we're walking towards it? You suddenly notice that he's right. Unlike his usual strategy of changing direction whenever the red cloud shows up ahead, Trash has been leading you both straight towards it. Spinning around, you realize why. There's no pure blue sky to follow anymore. The red cloud surrounds you in a 360-degree panorama. Oh boy. It's still far away for now, but it moves fast. What do we do, Trash? Well, don't we look screwed then? Why didn't you say something sooner? Let's just try to figure this out. What do we do, Trash? Well, here's the first thing. With that, he snaps the goggles off his head. He places them on your head, fixing them securely over your eyes. What, you're giving me Billy's goggles? Don't take these off, even if some of it gets in and your eyes start itching. What about you? Don't worry about me, this ain't my first time, you know. Yeah, but you've always had your goggles. We're totally exposed out here. Our best bet is to keep going and try to find somewhere to take shelter. Ready to run? Yeah. You nod once. He grabs your hand in his and tugs, and the two of you start running. Trash said the cloud moves fast, and he was right. It closes in like a swarm of ravenous insects, and the sky disappears behind its shadow. You can barely even see Trash anymore, but his hand remains tightly clasped around yours, pulling you onward. Your feet scrape and stumble over uneven ground and unseen rocks, but you keep running. You try to keep your breath shallow to take in as little of the smog as possible, but it makes it harder to pace, and soon pain is shooting up down your right side with every stride. Oh boy. Suddenly your shin connects with a particularly large rock, sending you tripping forward and landing face down in the dirt. You lose Trash's hand. Oh no. You can't hear anything over the blood pounding in your head, and in that one moment of misfortune, you realize you have lost everything. Down on the ground, the smog is not as thick, and you can breathe a little deeper, enough to get air back in your lungs and clear your mind enough to focus on your next move. Feel around for Trash. We shouldn't call out at this point. Operating on pure survival instinct, you push forward. With a hand clasped over your mouth, you take breaths only as rarely as you can afford. You stay low to the ground, half crawling, loping like an animal on its four legs. In this way, you actually manage to get quite far, it feels. But without being able to see anything or knowing if you're heading in the right direction or being sure that there's even refuge to be found so far out here, you struggle on without stopping, blind and alone in the cloud. Apparently there's a bad ending, so I probably got myself the bad ending at this point. Oh god. How long have you been pushing forward? Minutes? Hours? Time is slipping hysterically through your fingers, too quick to grasp. How long can you keep going? At what point should you just give up? Well, I'm not gonna stop until I pass out. Is this really the end? Then something changes. It takes a moment to realize your hands, which could have been thrust out ahead as you make your way through the cloud, are no longer touching air. Your fingertips connect with something hard and rough, and suddenly you find yourself up against a wall. At first there is panic, then a feeling far more painful. Hope. Oh god. Feeling along the wall, you shuffle until your fingers slips into a long vertical crack. A door! Wrenching it open, you fling yourself through and immediately close it behind you. Hopefully Trash did this and didn't look for us. You fall back against the door, propping it closed with your body weight. Squeeze your eyes closed and wait for your breathing to even out. Trash? You're in an old barn. Thinking fast, you grab fistfuls of hay and start stuffing it in the gap under the door. Finally satisfied that most of the red cloud will be kept out, the awful reality of your situation settles in. You're trapped in here, at least until the red cloud moves on. Meanwhile, Trash is still out there, somewhere, alone, unprotected. Yeah, we have to go get him. You slip the goggles off your head and stare at them as you think, he's not gonna make it. With nothing else to do except fret, you decide to explore the barn. A ladder leads up to a loft area. There's not much up here, but what is up here nearly brings tears to your eyes. It's so unexpected and wonderful. A bed. At first you only mean to sit down, but the soft mattress is so inviting and you're so exhausted. You feel your heavy head falling slowly towards the pillow and then... Oh god, trash. When you wake up, you can already see the sky outside is blue. The sun is low. You must have slept through the afternoon. You go to stand, but fall immediately back to a sitting position on the bed. Your legs tremble with remembered fear, and that short sleep did nothing to cure exhaustion. As you sit, your world spinning, you think of your partner, who was lost in the cloud just like you, and who never found this barn. God, we have to find him. It'll do no good just sitting around here all day. Just by a lack of supplies, you get yourself ready and head out into the world. This is your first time seeing the barn from outside. It would probably be a bad idea to stray too far in case you can't find your way back. We can find some ways to make some landmarkings, right? And if you return eventually, maybe he'll find the landmarks. You walk and walk, always making sure to keep the barn as your central point. However, before you know it, the sun is hanging low in the sky, and you have found no sign of anything. Where could he have gone? I mean, we didn't crawl for too long, right? You return to the barn, defeated. You couldn't find him. He must be... We gotta hold it together, crowd. We haven't lost hope yet, so we gotta hold it together. There's no point in crying now. Just because he's gone, just because you're here alone. Just because you know no food or water or any idea what to do next. Taking deep, shuddering breaths, you open the door to the barn and head back inside. What are you gonna do? There's not much else to do right now other than go to bed. Well, I guess we can hibernate. Although at this point you don't think that things are likely to look better in the morning. With heavy steps, you look up to the loft. When you get there, your heart stops. Trash? The figure facing the window turns towards you. Lana! What the fuck? Thank goodness you're safe. How did you stop the back? Oh my gosh. Suddenly he's moving. He crowds you against the wall, strong fingers pressed into your arms. His eyes are wild and unfocused. What happened? How'd you get here? You're unbelievable. What? Okay. I'm gonna have to narrate this because this is going on. He kisses you again, then again. His hands tremble, yet still hold you so tightly. What took you so long? I friggin' napped inside the bed for like a whole afternoon and you weren't back. How did you do it? What do you mean? The kisses keep coming, giving you no chance to reply. You should have been able... Well, I guess you can't. I was like, well, someone slept in the bed, but it could have been anybody from any time ago. When his mouth moves away and down, and you can feel each puff of his breath against your neck, that's when you regain autonomy. This isn't like anything before. It's heavier, and it's not going to stop here. You can see it in his eyes, feel it in the way he's touching you. Great. This means something. Are you guys going to explain yourselves first? It means something to you too. Go with it. It means something to you too, but you're not ready. It doesn't mean the same to you. Stop this. I'm glad they give you that option, which is very good. Okay, let's just go with this one.